Hello there everybody, and welcome back to my channel for what you are probably thinking is a very delayed video. And to be honest, I don't even know if anybody's gonna watch this, but this is mainly just for me. Like, I've seen a few people film these videos like the year before and then review them and say whether they met their resolutions or not the year after, and I thought, you know what, that's such a sick idea. It's something I'd love to do. And I was going to film this video a lot earlier, but in all honesty, I just wasn't sure what I wanted. I wasn't sure if I wanted to make any resolutions, if, you know, if I even had any. But I always like the new year. In fact, I love the new year. I always see it as a chance to start afresh, and it's just nice. Like, you don't need the new year to make a resolution for yourself, I know that, but if the opportunity is there, I just think, why not take it? So that's exactly what I'm filming today, and it may be a little late, but I think this is definitely one that I would like to look back on in a year's time. First up, let's not discuss this appearance. I have been on a long walk today, which I'm sure I'll tell you a little bit more about later, but yeah, this isn't the one. I sort of tied my hair up like this after I washed it, and because I tied it up like this, it stuck like this until I wash it again. And I'm wearing a thermal top because it's 0 degrees out there, so we won't discuss my appearance. But what we will discuss is the title of today's video, which is going to be my New Year's resolutions for 2021 and a mini life update, because I feel like I haven't vlogged in quite some time, so I haven't caught up with you guys or got my channel up to speed with what's going on in my life, and there's been quite a few new updates that I just haven't mentioned, and I'd like to mention them, so I'm going to sort of combine both of those videos together into one. So really, without any further ado, let's get straight into it. I've got a little list of things that I'd like to cover, because otherwise I'm going to forget everything. So as always, I like to write things down, and I'm going to jump straight in with some of my 2021 goals. The first one is to save. I actually have been working in a new job for the last few months, and lockdown, as like terrible as it is like the perfect opportunity to save. Like, you can't go out and do anything. I just want to save up as much money as possible so that when all of this is not necessarily over, but when restrictions are slightly lifted and we can travel again or just go out for food again, I can do those things. I want to be able to have a nice weekend away in London because we've got tickets to go up the Shard, which I really want to use at some point in my life. And like, I just want a TGI. So I'm just saving my money so that when restrictions are eased, not that I can go out with all of like my mates, but just so me and Charlie can just have a bit of fun and let our hair down for a bit, essentially, like within whatever guidance is there at the time. So save my money, we'd love to see it. A second one is probably quite obvious, and I'm not going to expand too much on this because I do want to talk about it later in my life update. It's just to pass my masters. I'm not asking for a good grade, I just want to pass, but I will discuss a little bit more about that later. Another resolution of mine is to read more books for fun. This kind of links to my masters a little bit, because I feel like anybody during any uni degree will read a hell of a lot of content for their degree, and you just don't get time to read books. So I just want to read more books for fun, even if it's one a month, one every 2 months. I love reading, so that's something that I want to like reignite my passion for. This next one is a slightly big one, to be honest, and it's to start driving. Now, this does require a little bit of an explanation because I can actually drive. I passed my driving test in March 2017, so we are coming up to my 4-year anniversary now of passing my driving test, which is fantastic. I really wanted to get it done before I came to uni so that it was just out of the way and it was in an area that I was familiar with, which I was really grateful for. But since then, wow, I'm a broke student. No, all jokes aside, like, I am a student. I don't have, like, you know, the greatest amount of money. And also, when you've been living student life and you've been living in accommodation that's near the city centre, near uni, you just don't need to drive. However, now we've moved house and we are actually planning on staying here for another year. We're in the midst of signing our tenancy agreement again, which I should have probably mentioned later on, but I'm so excited. Now we're not in the city centre anymore. We don't live in Cardiff city centre, we live on the outskirts of Cardiff. It would be very useful for me to drive. I would love, just as much as the next person, as this goal literally gets set every year by everybody, to lose some weight this year. I've genuinely been setting this goal each year for as long as I can remember. Now I'm like older and I'm like an adult, I would actually like to lose some weight. I'm in control of my own diet now. I'm in control of my own exercise. It's just something I would like to do. So that's that. Not just physically, but I think it would do a lot for me now mentally. I've not really been in the best place in terms of how I've been viewing my body for like the last few years really, and I would really love that to change, and losing weight, like not massive amounts, but just losing a little bit of weight to make myself feel a little bit more comfortable. It would improve my mental health as well as my physical health, because I could do with losing a bit of weight basically. And kind of in line with that, as I said, I've not really been like the kindest to myself over the last few years. Whilst I'm also trying to lose weight, I also really want to work on my mindset towards like myself, not just in terms of like my body, but just in terms of everything. I just want to try and start loving myself a little bit more, and a massive part of that is like the way that I look, but more than that, like it's just, I don't really know how to explain it, but I just want to love myself a bit more, feel a bit prouder of myself and my achievements, and just give myself a little bit more credit than what I do. I also really want to stop biting my lips, and you may or may not have noticed this if you've watched previous videos, especially in like time lapses when I've been doing work. I am absolutely terrible at biting my lips. I literally just sit there and bite my lips all the time, and that needs to stop because, well, your girl doesn't want crusty looking lips, so I really need to stop that. Another one is to stick with my new hobbies that I've acquired. Lockdown, as crap as it has been for many people, has also enabled people to find loads of new things that they're interested in. Found loads of other hobbies and things that I enjoy doing, like puzzles, colouring, cooking and baking, going on picnics. I've really enjoyed getting into my fashion. I always complained prior to having this YouTube channel that I just had nothing that I enjoyed aside from my uni work. And now I've got loads of things that I enjoy, so I really want to keep up with those. Another goal of mine is to be more sustainable. Now, this is something that I'm very slowly working towards. I think this is a process for a lot of people. I think the main way that I'm going to try and do this is to reduce my meat consumption. I typically don't eat a lot of meat. However, towards the end of 2020 especially, I did start eating a lot more than usual, and I just want to cut that back down, to be honest. It doesn't really require much explanation. I want to cut down my meat. I want to stop buying as many clothes. I just want to buy clothes that are versatile instead of like, oh, I like that and that and that. I want to buy versatile pieces of clothing, and I want to use more sustainable toiletries. So yeah, I would like to work towards being more sustainable, and I think that's something I probably need to keep better track of. And last but not least, my 10th and final goal of 2021 is to improve my online presence. I don't know why I've wrote it down like that, what the hell. I want to post more on Insta. I really enjoy posting on Instagram, but it's just something that I don't really make the time for, and I should, because it's a good way for me to like get my thoughts out. And I also want to really put effort into this YouTube channel. I want to post, and I'm saying this here, right now, I want to post twice a week. And that probably leads me into my little life update section of this video. I want to post twice a week on YouTube. One video upload on Wednesday, which is like, I don't know how you describe it, but like a little sit down video like this, or I don't know, like a clothing haul, things like that. And then one upload on Sunday, which is going to be a vlog of some sort. I think the next few are going to be weekly vlogs, but if for whatever reason there's not much to film because of lockdown, you know, it is hard to find things to do, that might change to a day in the life vlog. It's going to be some sort of vlog. That's my plan anyway, but obviously if I really don't have anything to vlog, then it could be another sit down video. But my main aim right now is to post once on Wednesday, once on Sunday. Both uploads will be at 5 PM, so make sure you're hitting the notification bell down below so that you don't miss those uploads, because I really want to try and do that. I'm sure there'll be times when I don't for whatever reason, but that's my main goal. My second life update kind of links back to my goal of losing weight. I am taking part in a challenge, a fitness challenge, which you may or may not know about if you've watched previous videos. I am virtually walking the distance from Land's End to John O'Groats, and this started on the 1st of January 2021, and I have until the 31st of December 2021 to walk it. Now that's 874 miles, which might not sound like a lot given that you've got a year, but it works out at 30 kilometers a week, which is like 4 kilometers ish a day. Now, as someone who has been very stationary during lockdowns. That sounds like quite a lot, but I've been doing so well with it at the minute. I am actually ahead of myself. I've hit the 50-mile mark, and today is, I think it's the 12th of January. I'm actually doing it alongside a few other people, even though we're all walking individually, but we've just sort of teamed up together. The reason we've teamed up is to try and raise money for charity. We are trying to raise money for a charity called CF Trust, which is for cystic fibrosis. It's a condition that actually both of my cousins suffer from. It's lifelong. Currently there's no cure. There are treatments that improve quality of life, but there is no cure. And the CF Trust are absolutely fantastic. They do so much research, they provide so much help and support. So we are all joining together to try and raise money. However, we are all individually walking the 874 miles. Obviously, as I said, that is virtual, so I'm doing it around Coventry, like around my area, and just uploading my miles at the end of each evening. If you have anything to spare, or you feel like making a charity donation, the link is always going to be linked down below in my description box to our Just Giving page. So if that's something you'd be interested in donating to, not only to the CF Trust but also to my motivation levels, then please head down below into my description box and follow the link. So after that little plug, my next little life update is just about my job. If you've watched previous videos, you'll probably know that I've been working as a mental health support worker or healthcare assistant, you know, both are the same role. It is going so well. I basically work as a healthcare assistant in psychiatric hospitals across Coventry and Warwickshire, and currently I have worked on a massive variety of wards. I really don't know how much, you know, detail I can go into, but I've worked with people with eating disorders, criminal histories, a broad range of people. I really don't want to go into too much detail. And I was also able, as I mentioned in a previous video, to work with a mental health assessment unit and actually sit in and contribute towards 3 different mental health assessments, which was an incredible opportunity. And I was just jumping on to say, like, hello guys, I've got a new job, because I don't actually think I ever addressed the fact that I started working there. Some of you may know that I also work as a student ambassador for the uni, but because of restrictions due to COVID, work for that has died right down. But working as a healthcare assistant in like NHS hospitals, I'm obviously always going to have this job no matter what tier you're in, no matter if we're in a lockdown. So it's really good for me to have. And I know a lot of people say, oh, a hospital is the last place I want to be working right now, but for me it's kind of the best, because A, it's really good experience, and B, no matter what is going on COVID wise, I'm going to be able to work and earn some coins. So it's brilliant. Like, I'm really enjoying the job, and like I say, without saying too much about it, I'm really enjoying it. I'm meeting so many different people with different stories. It's incredible, and it's literally been a dream for so long to actually have a job, like a proper paid job within the healthcare system in like regards to mental health. So I am very, very grateful for this, and just thought I should let you guys know that that's what I'm doing now. It's my only source of income right now, to be honest, apart from like my student loan, but I don't think that really counts. So yeah, that's going great, and I'm really happy to have had this opportunity. My last little life update is kind of a crappy one, to be honest. I kind of have wrote down here to do a cheeky little review of my first semester at uni. In all honesty, I just wish I never took the masters. I genuinely think I've picked the worst year to do a masters. The support just isn't there. Like, I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. I've not been very happy with the support that I've received from the university, and there's not really any other way of saying that. Sorry guys, the camera angle has probably changed again because the battery was about to die, it's flashing, but I was having a ramble about uni, and long story short, I'm probably going to end up cutting a lot of that out. So long story short, I regret taking this masters. I just want to pass it. The support's not there this year. I'm not enjoying it, and I just want to pass. So yeah, that sort of expands on my goal of just passing. Like, I'm not setting any expectations other than to pass. So just thought I'd let you know that this past semester hasn't been all that, and I don't have very high hopes going into the next one, because it just wasn't for me this year, but that's fine. Like, those things happen, do you know what I mean? So my focus now is just on passing. And that was actually my last little thing that I had written down for my life update. The next thing I had was like a little bit about my future, which I'm really not going to concentrate on too much, because a lot of it at the minute, because of the current situation in the world, seems very unpredictable. But as I said, my focus is just to pass uni, and then hopefully after that, once I've graduated in like August, I think, I'm just hoping to do my healthcare assistant job full time. I work on bank at the minute, so I can go to lots of different hospitals, and I just want to do that full time, get as much experience as I can, work as much as I can, earn as much as I can. That's just what I want to do. I just want to be working, to be honest. After I've worked full time for like maybe a year or two, I was hoping to apply to the clinical psychology doctorate. I don't know if this is something that I have been put off now after doing my masters. I think if I apply for it, I'm definitely going to be waiting until the world gets a little bit more back to normal, because I cannot do online uni for another year. I really can't. But if clinical psychology doctorate is still something that I want to do, then I'll apply, and if I get onto it and that's something I'm interested in, then great. If not, then it's going to be a new adventure. I don't really want to plan too much ahead, because like I said, things are very unpredictable at the minute, but that's basically a rough plan, just to really just pass the masters and work full time for a little bit. Oh, I did mention earlier that we are in the process of like extending our tenancy here. We're just speaking to our agency at the minute, and they're sending across like a little draft tenancy agreement for us to read through, and we intend to sign the official one and stay in this house for another year, which makes me really happy. It's actually nice to settle. Like, I think we've moved it every year for the last 4 years, so it would be really nice just to settle down somewhere for the next few years. Yeah, that's exciting and slightly more positive than ending it. Speaking about my masters, there's not really much else for me to say. I know I'm just rambling now, and I'm sure I'll have cut out a lot of this video, but I just wanted to put my 2021 goals out there. Nothing too extreme because of the world right now, but just little things that I would like to work towards, and I thought I'd update you guys because it's been a long time since I've done a vlog. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a like, comment and subscribe down below. Let me know what your 2021 resolutions are. Turn on a notification bell so you don't miss these 2 new uploads a week, which I'm very excited about. And other than that, I will look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye!